Coach, 2 wins in 2 days. Let's focus on this most recent one against Quebec. Your team lets in only 15 points in the first quarter, 11 in the third. What did you like about your team's interior defense in this last game?
You know what, I thought actually we started off slow defensively, but then we picked it up. So we really locked down in the first quarter, and like you said, we had some pretty good interior defense. But overall, some of our rotations were off, but I think they ended up locking in.
Talk to me about what you liked about your team's looks from beyond the arc, both Noah and Demetrius knocking down some big three-pointers in that game.
You know what, I love their three-pointers because they came off of good looks, some penetration and kickouts and one-mores, and those are the type of shots we want.
What lessons can this team learn about dealing with multiple different pressures on the inbound pass from the defensive end?
I think they just have to be ready for especially a team like Quebec when they want to pressure majority of the game. And I think they just have to be on edge and understand that they're going to try and get pressured all the time when we play them if we see them again. So it's really just preparation and guys getting to the right spots.
Coach, how do you make sure a team like this doesn't stay complacent in the sense that you don't want them to be comfortable, you want them to always feel on edge? How do you as a coaching staff make sure that this team stays focused?
Well, I think the main thing is we're promoting a good brand of basketball that we want to play. I think bigger picture for some of these guys through this experience while we're pursuing a gold medal, we want these guys to be put in a position of success to hopefully maybe get invited to some Team Canada stuff. So, that message is relayed to them to, do your best no matter what position we're in to play a good brand of basketball so that they have a good chance at evaluation.
No game is played without the intricacies of learning how to get better. What were the lessons from today's game for your team moving forward in this tournament?
I think the lesson is they have to be ready. I didn't think we came out ready, and I think that's why the game was a little choppy at first. So really I want them to stay ready and stay focused regardless of how they're feeling and who the opponent is. And really that's what I want them to take away from it.
Potentially, if things stay the way that they are now, you'll have the day off tomorrow. What's the plan for the off day for these guys?
I think the plan for the off day for us will be to get some rest, get some reps up, some film, and just some team activities.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, Noah, 2 wins in 2 days, but that doesn't come without some lessons. I want to talk about your game specifically. 25 points, very, very efficient 25 on 5 made threes. Walk me through how you felt going through today's game.
I mean, I felt comfortable, man. During the warm-up, during last night, getting a stretch, everything was just feeling good, man. I was just hitting my shots. My teammates were finding me, so everything just felt pretty smooth.
First quarter, you guys established your interior defense. Is that something that this coaching staff has been preaching pretty heavily?
Yeah, it's been a key aspect from the coaches. They're pretty. We're pretty big on the inside. We got Jordan, Mackay, big wings as well, and just pulling down the boards and just interior defense has been pretty good for us so far, so we got to keep it up.
Great display of perimeter shooting from both yourself and Demetrius Woodard. What did you think about the looks you got for those 3 points?
I mean, I was just getting to my spots, man, and my as I said, my teammates finding me, and me and Demetrius getting into our key spots and just hitting it, man. We were just feeling. I was talking to him. We were stroking that.
The final 3 that you hit, you bring the ball up the court, you pass it to Shalon Beckford in the corner, he immediately gives it back to you. Walk me through that possession.
Yeah, man. I hit the 3 before. I gave it to Shalon. I felt like I was comfortable shooting it again. Kind of just felt hot with this. So I was like, I really said to him, get it back, give it back. So, and then I hit it. So,
you guys were outscored by 7 in that fourth quarter. What can you take from that time of the game and implement for the next game so that you come out with an even further win and you don't lose a single quarter?
I think we just got to lock in, man. We had the lead the first 3 quarters, and then we just really put our guard down. I think coming into the next game, Coach Yoosrie even said it, like, we don't know who's coming in. Watching their games, first 2 couple minutes, maybe a D1 coach is coming in. Those 2 minutes that they come in, we have to stay locked in every single second of it. So yeah, we just gotta stay locked in.
And what was the message from the coaching staff following the win when you guys got in that final huddle?
It was mostly good, but Coach Kevin said it didn't really feel like a win because that fourth quarter, as you said, it didn't look like we really won that. So yeah, it didn't feel like a win. It felt like we lost by 20, but I mean, coming into the next game, we just gotta stay locked in, stay together, stay composed. So.
Wait, hold on, I got a quick question. You guys are 2-0. going into this tournament, and you guys have beaten both teams by double digits. What do you believe is the key to keep this going to get to goal within this team?
I think just keeping our chemistry. A lot of us players have played together. Just our energy as well. I think we have the most energy coming into this tournament. Even our warm-ups, even on the bench, our energy has to stay consistent, and we'll come out with the win.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
A tough one right to the end, overtime victory, but you do get the victory on day 2. But let's start for the first 10 minutes. You end up tied 18-18 against Alberta. What did you see from your team in the first 18 minutes that needed adjustments moving forward?
Well, Alberta is a talented team. We expected that they're going to punch us right in the face, punch us first, and we just needed to clap right back with them. So I think rather it's just matching their energy and matching their motivation. I know they're a team that lost in the finals last year, so for them, that's their motivation. We had to spend some time finding what our motivation was.
The second quarter, the pace of the game picked up a bit. Looked like your guys were communicating and making the right reads in transition. What did you like about the transition offense from Team Ontario today?
We started pushing the basketball, but a lot of it was based on our defense. Our defense is what was creating a lot of our offensive opportunities, and I thought we did a good job forcing turnovers and forcing tough shot opportunities against them.
We saw some zone defense. In your opinion, what makes the Ontario team's zone defense so effective?
For us, it was just about a change of pace. It wasn't necessarily about what they were doing. It's just what we're doing. So, us controlling our energy, us playing with length, controlling gaps, and then forcing tough shot opportunities and limiting their rebounding, and so we could get possible runouts.
I'm wondering what your thoughts were on the kind of looks your team got. Quinten, obviously a lot of great looks from beyond the arc, drive and kick. That was working really well. What did you think of the quality of shots your team was taking in the first half?
I think we're a tough team to beat when we get paint touches. If we are able to create double gaps and create isolation situations where we're forcing their help and we leave, a shooter like Quinten out in the corner or out along the 45, makes things easier for us.
And how does an emotional game like this one against Alberta, where you're riding highs and lows, maybe get a couple technicals, how does that inform these players moving forward and what it takes emotionally to win at this tournament?
Before we got here, we focused on certain words that each individual player has upon coming here. And one of the key words is us being relentless. I thought today, as much as I don't think we were very relentless, I thought the third quarter is where we saw a lot of relentlessness. But I thought also, despite whatever Alberta was doing or whatever the officials were doing, I thought we showed great resiliency, and that's how we came on top.
And walk me through the final possession, 3 seconds on the clock. Alberta has it on your baseline. They get it in with the N1 opportunity. What was going through the minds of the players and maybe the coaches during that final huddle before that free throw attempt?
Unfortunately, I think there was some miscommunication or misunderstanding of what the action was going. As a coaching staff, we knew what the action was going. Unfortunately, we just didn't execute. Unfortunately, and it led to a 2-on-1 situation with one player in the corner, and we ended up fouling him underneath the rim, which again shouldn't have happened. We made the adjustment. We knew what they were going to do actually, which was a screen-to-screen action, and they slipped, and we just didn't execute the switch action or staying home where we were supposed to be.
Just like JJ asked, in terms of you guys having what you guys were discussing before that free throw attempt or before that bucket to go to overtime, what was the conversation in the huddle after that you saw that it was a missed free throw? You guys were going to overtime, it's solidified. What was the conversation to the team in the timeout after that?
Well, it's not even so much about the conversation. It's like we knew we had additional life as a result of missing the free throw. We knew the person at the line isn't always a great free throw shooter. So, it's us about just galvanizing and staying forward and know that we had 5 minutes, and then it's just focusing on giving us the best 5 minutes. Like, we had a goal today where we were supposed to get 12 kills, and I think we only ended up with 10. So, much of this stuff, as great as Alberta is, a lot of stuff fell on us. We became our own worst enemy at many times during the game.
So after a game like that, how do you, of course you got the win.
Yes.
So how do you make sure that this doesn't happen again, or that you prevent this type of offense from flowing or defensive mistakes? What's the message going into to practice, going to the next game? How do you operate with that?
Well, the message is going to remain the same. We're going to remain relentless. We're going to remain intensive. We are going to still focus on our teamwork and our togetherness. But we also have to respect our opponent and respect the fact that, every other province here, we're going to get 110% from them. We are the ones we're the hunted. And I think as long as we stay disciplined, we stay composed, and we stay together, we'll be fine.
You mentioned your guys have had a long summer. They get the day off tomorrow. Walk me through what you're expecting, what kind of routine you're expecting them to go through before they get back on the court on Thursday.
The guys have had a long summer. A lot of these guys have played AAU. Some of these guys have represented Team Canada before playing AAU. So, for a lot of them, they really haven't had any long durations of personal rest since the end of May. So for us, it's about, one, them staying off their feet as much as possible, and then two, we're going to have practice tomorrow. We are going to go walk through some stuff and just understand that, we got to play with a greater sense of patience and controlling tempo of games. And, I think today that Alberta did a good job as far as leading the tempo of the game against us, and kind of made us discombobulated in certain ways.
Well, you got the win. Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy the day of rest. We'll talk to you later this week.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you.
Quinten, you had a great offensive showing in that first half. What can you say about your teammates' ability to find you in good spots for good looks?
Yeah, no, I think paint touches were really key. Like, they were getting to the paint and just finding me, and I think a lot of that comes with our spacing and knowing where I'm gonna be and finding the opening. Really, they're getting effective paint touches, and then just having me for the kick out without the other team rotating. It worked out in our favor today.
And it seems like this team has a bunch of players who can step up at any time. Yesterday it was Jordan Charles. Today it's you. What does that say about the depth of this team and the ability to rely on each other?
Yeah, no, it just means that we all have to be unselfish, because each one of us, it could be our day, any day, really, any of us. So we have to just trust each other a lot and just put the game in each other's hands, because we all want the same goal, to win a gold medal. So trusting each other is going to really help us with that.
And how do you go about managing the emotions on the court? Sometimes you're really high, sometimes you're really low, then you're angry at your teammate, then you're angry at your opponent. How do you get yourself centered again and get ready for the next possession?
I think just huddling the guys and just coming together as a collective and staying together, because in games like that, we can lose each other, and between free throws and just timeouts, just huddling each other, checking on each other, and talking with each other is really going to be key to try to keep us together as one unit.
You and Alberta were tied after the first quarter. You took a 3-point lead in the half and then dominated that third quarter. What was said at the half in order to get that spark in your team?
I think at halftime we recognized, we really got to pick this up, because we need to win this game, and it kind of really showed after. We were getting stops and we were getting buckets, and that really just has to be what it is through all 4 quarters. It can't just be like that after halftime because we're extra motivated or something. So it has to be 40 minutes through, or 45, depending on overtime.
And how do you and your teammates move past any sort of emotion that sticks with you about, I didn't play well, or I turned the ball over too many times, to focus on what's ahead of you in these coming days?
Like Coach always says, it's just a next play mentality, whether it's the same game or the next game. We just have to focus on what comes next, because it could be anyone's day. Maybe I wouldn't say it was a bad day yesterday, but today, stepped up, and it could be someone else's day tomorrow. So we just have to be ready for that and continue to push with adversity.
We had a great win over Quebec yesterday, a good win over Alberta today, but what did today's game teach you about the level of competition moving down the stretch of this tournament, and how hard it is, in fact, going to be to come away with a gold medal?
Yeah, it just shows that, everyone's coming for us. Everyone wants to win against Ontario. We're everybody's gold medal game, so they're going to come with 100%. That just means we have to respect every opponent and come with even more intensity than them and throw the first punch.
Well, it's about 3:30 here on Tuesday. You've got the rest of the day today, plus the off day tomorrow. How are you going to spend your time tonight to rest and recover?
I'll be eating lots, hydrating, and probably sleeping. I need a quick nap right now, so yeah.
All right, well, we'll let you get to a great game. Thanks for chatting with us.
All right, thank you.